Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today in this video we are going to talk about a very important topic for all the entrepreneurs out there. This is something known as emotional intelligence, also known as EQ, emotional quotient, just like IQ. IQ is something that almost everyone knows and everyone's capability is judged upon, right? If someone has a bigger IQ, it's like they are very smart, they are very intelligent. And if someone has a lesser IQ, which means they are not that good enough, right? Almost everyone knows about this IQ, but very few people actually know about EQ, which is emotional quotient, also known as emotional intelligence. And there have been studies which shows in the long run, especially in the business arena where you're connecting with people, you're interacting with people on an everyday, EQ is more important than IQ. Emotional quotient is way more important than intelligence quotient, which is IQ. Now, the reason is when you are in business, you are connecting with people on an everyday basis, your team, your vendors, your distributors, your clients, your customers, so many people, right? Having a good EQ makes it easier for you to connect with them, makes it easier for you to understand them, to understand their emotions, what are their likes, their dislikes, what motivates them. So once you have a good understanding about the other person and about yourself, it makes your life and your business easy. And not just in business, it also helps a lot in relationships, because if you have a great EQ, you can connect with your partner better and with your family members in a much better way. So what are some of the benefits of EQ? Now, when you have a good EQ, when you have a good emotional intelligence that you can connect with people, you can have great communication. You can discuss about amazing topics in a much more deeper way rather than just a shallow way. You can understand better when you have better communication with the other person. And once you understand better, people will start trusting you. That's another advantage of having a good EQ. People will start trusting you, people will start believing in you. And somewhere down the line, it also builds a good amount of loyalty between you and the other person. That is one of the biggest importance of having a good EQ. And not just that, once you start understanding people, once you start able to connecting with people, you will be calm in many situations. Even during extreme conflict, you will be in a position to handle those conflicts in a much better and in a much calm way, because you're able to understand people on another level. So that is some of the benefits of having a good EQ. Now, there are certain steps that you can practice to have a much better EQ in your life. Number one, self-awareness. Before you start understanding other people, you need to understand yourself. And there is something called as metacognition, meta thoughts. So when you're thinking about something, when there is something always running in your mind, you can actually take a step back and you can actually observe your thoughts. So during that time, let's say right now you're thinking about something, you can actually take a piece of paper and you can write down your thoughts. It's more like journaling. So when you start writing your thoughts, you'll have a much better understanding of what drives you. So once you have a good understanding of your thoughts, of what drives you, of what triggers you, let's say for some reason you got angry, write it down what made you angry. Is it the other person? Is it something they said? Is it something they did? Is it something they didn't do? So once you have a good understanding of what triggers you, what makes you feel emotional on certain aspects, what makes you happy, these data, these things will help you a lot to understand yourself. That is the first and the foremost requirement of having a good EQ. Number two, active listening. Now, everyone listens, but most of the time it is passive listening. You're just there in a physical way, but your thoughts, your mind is somewhere else. The other person is continuously talking to you. You're just not there. You're not actively listening to them. You are lost in your thoughts and the other person is lost in their thoughts. So whenever you are with someone and you're listening to them, always practice active listening. If your thoughts run away, if your thoughts are flowing somewhere else, get your thoughts back and start listening to them in an active way. And this is where third thing, which is meditation, helps a lot. So with meditation, you can actually observe your thoughts. And when you observe your thoughts to a certain extent, you can control them. And when you're listening to someone, when you are with someone having a good conversation, always make sure you don't allow your flow of thoughts to somewhere else. You listen to that other person. That is where active listening and meditation helps a lot. Once you have these things in place, the fourth element, which is empathy, comes along. Because when you have a good EQ, when you start understanding the other person's feeling, emotions, you will start having empathy towards them. If they did a drastic mistake, still you can come back, you can understand, okay, this happened for them and that is the reason they reacted like this. Someone said this to them and that is why they freaked out. You will be in a much better position to empathize with other person, which is an extremely important and somewhat missing in today's generation. So with empathy, you will have a much better EQ. You will also start having a very calm mind. You will also start having mindfulness. When you start journaling your thoughts, when you start connecting with other people, and when you really start understanding the other people, your life will become much more calm and you will attain a state of mindfulness. These are some of the things that you can do which will help you have a much better EQ, and at the same time it will make you as a better person. The better the EQ, the better you can run your business, the better you can handle people, and the better your overall life will be.